Hi. First of all, I just want to say welcome and thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. If you're coming back, thank you. I appreciate your support. And if this is your first time watching, thank you for taking a chance on me. As always, I just want to say, I appreciate all your support and any feedback that you have for me. Please know that it's welcome as I'm trying new things and learning to try new things and trying to learn new things. Any feedback and support from the community is always welcome. So what I have here today is a spread to connect us to the new moon. So currently, a new moon in Virgo is about to happen. So this will be focused on that new moon in Virgo. However, whenever you see this reading, it is probably when you are meant to see this reading. So if you are not watching this during a new moon in Virgo, you know, go ahead, and if you feel called to watch and there's a pile or something that resonates with you, right? Like, that's not a reason to dismiss it. So, what am I doing today? Really, we are looking to get messages from the moon. So I do have the Hermit out here today because I want to keep that Virgo energy in mind as we move forward. So the Virgo new moon is asking us to, do some soul searching, go within, really think about, what we're devoted to, what we're dedicated to. I think so many of us get so caught up in the grind these days that we forget about our real passions and our real desires and things that we want to dedicate ourselves to. And I get it, right? Like, we have to survive. You have to do what you have to do to survive. So it's really easy to forget about those things. So I'm hoping that with this reading today, we can find some insight into what those passions might be that we might have forgotten about, how we can start exploring that, and getting some messages from the moon. I am going to wrap up with an oracle card from the awakened soul to hopefully further encourage us to awaken that part of us. So I am going to say, if you want more information on the Virgo new moon or even the spread that I'm doing, I would like to encourage you to read the Modern Gypsy blog. I love the way that she expresses herself and explains things, and this is kind of where this is coming from. So definitely check out that blog. I think it's very insightful, very helpful, explained in a very accessible way, and I just really wanted to share that because it's kind of what is inspiring this reading today. So there are 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1, I have the Affirmators Tarot, and I do have 2 little stones here. Spirit told me to put the 2 stones there, so I did, because it is what felt right and seemed right. So this is a rose a rose quartz moon, and a moonstone. Okay, so if either of those are calling to you, pile number 1 might have a message for you. Pile number 2 is a black moonstone, and this is the Tarot of the Divine. Wait. And pile number 3 is the Wandering Star Tarot, and this is an onyx moon with a lovely gold sheen that I have no idea if it's visible because my lighting and camera work are slightly shoddy right now. So, as you choose your pile, I do want to ask you to check in with your intuition, check in with yourself, take a moment to ground yourself or do some breath work. Really tap into your own energy, into your own intuition. I think this is really important because as we're receiving messages, you want to think about what resonates with you, what makes sense for you, what's relevant to you. And we don't want to force any messages, right? If something doesn't make sense, then maybe that was not the pile for you and you can check a different pile, or maybe that specific message wasn't for you. Right, so I really want to encourage you to trust yourself, to trust your intuition, to think about, you know yourself best, right? And I think that's really what I'm trying to do here, right? To kind of support each other and, you know, just learning to trust ourselves and our intuition. So yeah, go ahead, choose your pile, and I will see you in a bit. Thank you. Hi, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So I am going to be shuffling as I'm talking to you. I just want to make sure that, we're feeling connected, that we're tapping into each other's energy, that you're feeling me and I'm feeling you. So I will be shuffling as I speak a little bit. I am leaving the Hermit card up so that it can guide us throughout this reading. Just a reminder, we're looking for messages from Mother Moon and trying to get reacquainted with passions that we may have forgotten, passions that, we might need to start pursuing, right? Like, what part of ourselves did we forget? That's really what I'm getting right now for this pile. Like, is there something that you maybe wanted to do at a point that you are, feeling like you don't have time to do anymore, that you are, longing for and just haven't, made the time for recently? So what I'm gonna do is pull out cards for, maybe what is that part of you? Maybe you already know. I have a sense for this pile that you already know. Like, you know what it is that you need to get in touch with. And, so maybe the first message that we're pulling out is going to be more of a reminder, right? So let me put the Hermit back here just so she can watch over us as I pull out these cards. All right, so for our first card, we're thinking about that, right? Like, what is that? What is that pile number 1? What is that thing that you need to get reacquainted with? So, oh, we have the 2 of Swords. All right, what do you need to do to get in touch with that? We have the Queen of Wands and we have the Tower. Okay. Messages from Mama Moon, the Devil. Okay. I'm gonna get a clarifier for the 2 of Swords because I think right? Like, there's a decision that you need to make. Yeah, there is a decision that you need to make that I think you know what it is, but you are not making it. Like, you are choosing to leave a part of you behind. You have the Sun. So, okay. Yeah. Like, I'm really, really getting that you know what you need to do. I don't know. I'm not getting insight. And maybe I think that's kind of why I'm not getting any insight, because I'm sensing you have choices right now. Maybe you are deciding between two careers. Maybe you're deciding between two hobbies, or you have like different passions that you're trying to explore. So you need to decide on that. You need to let yourself okay, okay, I am sensing you are going back and forth, right? I think that's why I did not get a lot of insight into this, because you are into touch with yourself. You are trying to decide between two passions, two projects. It might be leaving behind something that is no longer serving you. Like, so in order to make this decision, you need to be in charge. You need to be in touch. Like, you need to get in touch with your passions, and you need to let something dissolve. Okay, so with the Tower here, I am sensing a lot of resistance. There is something that you are not letting go of. You are not, and these are just examples, okay? So, don't try to make it fit, but just to kind of have a sort of, example to kind of guide us. Like, you might be trying to choose between like a job that you hate and a project, a passion project that you want to start, but you are not letting this dedication to, for example, the job that you hate follow your passions, right? So like, you're putting all your energy into something that is not serving you. So I think, and with the overall energy over here, Six of Pentacles, I really think it's about balancing that, right? Like with the Six of Pentacles, with the Two of Swords, it's really about balancing. Like, sometimes you need to do what you need to do to survive. So, but don't let that get in the way of you following what you actually need to do. Okay, so you have the Sun here. I think as soon as you start following that passion, you're gonna be golden, right? Like, you have happy days coming, and it might not be about, right, like completely quitting your job, because that's not going to help you at this moment, right? But with the Devil, as your message is about paying attention to what's binding you. And I know I'm using the Sun as a guide, but with the Devil up here, like, something is binding you, something is keeping you tied up. It might be habits, like with the Devil. I also get like that. I'm really getting a work vibe here, because I think with the Devil, I think of like overworking sometimes, and I'm just really sensing work keeping you tied up. Like, that's really what I'm getting. And I know that it's really hard to let go of that. And, you just really need to focus right now on little steps, baby steps toward your passion, right? I think you have this inside of you, right? Because like, you're not coming off as a Page of Wands, or like you're starting out the journey. Like, you know what you want to do. I think the Two of Swords really shows us like you're just kind of stuck between, right? So even just like stuck between letting something fall apart and something that you really want to get started, that's going to bring you all this happiness, but it's really hard to unbind ourselves, untangle ourselves, like let, release ourselves from the things that, we need to do to survive. So definitely, baby steps. That's really what I'm getting. Like, let whatever isn't working dissolve, like let it fall apart, like it needs to fall apart. If things at your job aren't working, I say this, keeping that mindfulness in the forefront, because I know that it's not as easy to say, like, oh yeah, it's, like, if you get fired, you get fired, or whatever, right? Because we are all trying to survive. We're all trying to keep going here. So it's not beneficial, right, to encourage you to you know like stop trying to work or whatever, right? But like finding ways to release yourself from that, right? And if something isn't working, make sure that you're being mindful of other opportunities, right? And I think that starting to work on your passion is really what's going to lead you to this ultimate happiness, right? So definitely do a lot of soul searching. Think about little ways to start unbinding yourself, right? Like, how can I leave work at work, for example? How can I start, if something isn't working, stop fighting against it. Let it collapse, right? Because that's gonna do more for you. So I think what that project is, like, what it is that you want to get in touch with, right? You're in this Queen of Wands, your passions are strong, right? But you have this other thing, binding you and keeping you distracted. So it's really about starting to sever those ties. Okay, so that's what you need to be focusing on for this next moon cycle. How are you going to set boundaries? How are you going to start slowly releasing yourself? Start, I go back to the work example, but like leaving work at work, baby steps toward your passion project. Like, that's, I think, what this season is asking you to do. Finding that balance, just like with the Six of Pentacles, finding that balance in your finding that balance in your life, right? Like, in your activities, in your day-to-day activities, right? Like, not overworking, not over partying, right? It's just baby steps is really, yeah. Well, actually, baby steps kind of. And so with the Knight of Pentacles, right? Like, it's usually seen as the slowest knight, but it's reversed, right? So definitely, right, start working toward your passions. What is the first thing that you need to do? What is the first thing that you need to transform with this Magician back here? This is a very transformative energy. I think you know what you need to do. Start setting boundaries. Start working toward that project, okay? Whatever your passion is, I think you already know what that is. I don't think I need to tell you in this pile. Like, you know what that passion is. You know what you've forgotten. You know what you need to do, okay? So, yeah, baby steps. Sever ties with the things that are not serving you, okay? Be mindful about setting boundaries. I'm really getting boundaries, all right? Let the things that aren't working fall apart, okay? And boundaries, okay? Oh yeah, I wanted to pull a message from the Awakened Soul, okay? So let's see what messages we have for you here. All right, what does pile number 1 need to hear right now? How do we start awakening this? How do we keep going? What do we need to hear right now, pile 1? What is going to be the most helpful for you? So, okay, we have song. It came out reversed. I don't know why. So let me, you know what? I'm going to read it. I believe it has a shadow meaning, so I'm going to take it in its shadow meaning. Here's a card if you want to look at it. It did come out reversed, so I'm going to honor that. Song. All right. Everything can be a song if you let it. You can bring music, chanting, and melodies to nearly any situation. It is a powerful expression. You have drawn this card in your reading as a reminder to sing in the car, shower, or wherever you feel comfortable to help raise your vibration and the vibration of the space that you are in. Why not bring a little musical into your life? Are some of you out there, you know what, go do some karaoke. I don't know why I'm getting that. But are there any musicians out there? Is that I mean, I know I'm taking it very literally, but you know, for those musicians out there, start working on your songs. Sorry, anyway, let me read this. You are called to embrace your song. Who cares if you cannot sing on key? Many incredible legendary performers sing off key or never know the right lyrics. It's not about being perfect, good or right. It's about joy, which is infectious. You don't have to be a perfect musician to connect to the power of song and music. This is the card of exploring the art of music therapy and sound healing. Research your local drumming circles. Go to a gonging meditation or sound bath. Chanting, writing lyrics, or music can also be exceptionally healing. Song can be a way to build power in ritual and may be just what is needed to aid your manifestation work. Okay, so I think I see. So for the shadow meaning, it does say, right, like fear of embarrassment, disconnection from your voice, silence, dense energy, right? So you might be really afraid to start your passion because it's something that might feel embarrassing for you right now, that you don't feel like, you are, worthy of participating in that. And it might be music. It might not. Definitely, I love this encouragement to do sound healing. I know, there's a lot of, videos out there, even just like on YouTube, for sound healing. That might be something that you want to research along with, some of the suggestions that were given by this card. But yeah, right. Maybe part of, those things that you need to like let dissolve and those habits that you need to break is, releasing that fear, releasing that, sense of embarrassment or fear of getting started. Okay. So just get started. I'm still getting little baby steps, but one thing at a time. Okay. Like one thing to release, one thing to move forward. Okay. Embrace your unique song. Okay. Thank you, pile number one. That is where I'm going to leave it at today. Hi, pile number two, and welcome to your reading. So I will be shuffling as I talk to you for a bit in hope that we can connect a little bit more and just really feel each other's energy here, okay? So we are going to start off the reading with, something that is important to you. What do you need? You might need a little nudge, a little reminder, like maybe you don't even know where to start connecting, like, or to your passions. What do you want to be dedicated? I'm getting a sense of just feeling so lost and, like I gotta go. And I'm really getting this kind of like accelerated energy that it's like, what even am I? Like, what do I like? What am I into anymore? I don't know, right? Maybe you've been going through a lot of changes and you've had a lot happening and this card wanted to come out, so I am going to take it. So what do you need to get in touch with? Okay. All right, and how do you start getting in touch with it? How do you start this journey of rediscovering yourself, rediscovering your passions, things that you need to get reacquainted with? What are the steps that we need to take, Spirit? Please give us the most helpful information. things that are for the higher good of pile 2, higher good of all. What does pile 2 need to hear right now? All right, and we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Sun reversed. Okay. All right, and for your messages, we have the King of Swords. Okay. All right, so, okay, and overall energy, King of Cups reversed. Okay. All right. My darling. 6 of Pentacles. What do you need to get reacquainted with? 6 of Pentacles. Your balanced self. Messages about. Let me sit with this energy for a moment. What is important to you? Okay. This is what I'm getting, okay? You know, with the 6 of Pentacles, you do have, or coins, like you do have balance, right? You do, it's like a give and take sort of card, right? But I am really getting, maybe it's just like, no, it's based on the imagery, but I'm really getting a passion for animals here. Like, this is just really what I'm getting. I think just with, you know, the why am I so bad at animals when I'm doing this? With the doggy, husky, wolfy creature back here. It looks like, why am I getting Malamute? I don't even know how to pronounce it, but I know I'm terrible. But just, you know, and you know, you see the little animals right here, the little insects. I wish, okay, I need to learn animals. I know I need to go back to school. But just like this nurture, right, of animals and creatures, right? I'm really getting, maybe you need to spend, I don't know, like, or is this pile, like, did you want to be a vet when you wanted to grow up? Did you have some sort of, like, relationship to animals? I'm just really sensing, right? Like, maybe it's caring for animals. Maybe it's advocating for animal rights. I'm really getting that very strongly in this pile. Other than that, I do just kind of sense a very nurturing nature in you. I think that you need to get in touch with your feelings. You need to get in touch with your, yeah, like with your feelings. Get reacquainted. You know, your advice is the King of Swords, right? And I think of the King of Swords as somebody that's just, you know, sometimes almost like, not I don't want to use the word cold. It's what I'm getting. I'm getting the word like dry, cold, but, you know, communicative, logical, like very, you know, stern. But, you know, with this Ace of Cups right here, I think it's about incorporating that, right? Maybe you are in a position where you can advocate, where you can communicate. Maybe it is about, you know, communicating with love for animals. And you know what? As I was saying that, I don't know if you were able to hear that, but my cat just started acting out. She was just like napping, and she started like rasping on a paper, and I'm really getting, yep. Like, you know, advocate for me, advocate, not her, you know, but for animals. Like, I'm really sensing this, okay? If you are not like an animal rights advocate person. I'm trying to think of what else might be here for you, but that's really the energy that I'm getting with this pile. You know, maybe get reacquainted with like things that you cared about, right? Like if it's not animals, I still think that it's about speaking out for maybe with love with for those that are unable to speak for themselves, you know, and I don't know what that means in your realm or in your community, but I think it's really about advocacy with this King of Swords, right? I think it's just, you know, advocating for something, and I think that it's about more than you. I don't think that it's about I think that, you know, you are passionate about speaking for others and you know, working for others. I think, you know, we have this King of Cups reversed over here, which is letting me know that, you know, maybe you are feeling, right, like with these two kings right here, you are not able to communicate with, you know, love the way that you want to. I think the King of Cups is, you know, maybe not as necessarily super communicative with love and stuff, but like they do, I think they keep that in their mind, so you're not feeling like you can kind of exert that power of love, right, to advocate for whomever might need it right now. And I think what you need to get in touch with is that serving of community, like that's really actually, I think that's the big picture here, that what you are repressing or suppressing right now is your ability to speak out for others, like your ability to stand up for others. Like you want to get in touch with that representing like that support, that, you know, I'm really getting visuals of protests here actually, and I'm really seeing, right, like speaking out at like events, like, you know, I'm hearing hearings. Like I'm really seeing, no, yeah, like, you know, in the judicial system, I don't know why that came to the forefront, but, you know, just really that getting in touch with your advocacy like skills. I think you have that within you and you've not been using it, right? So it's being suppressed here, but it can really bring a lot of light to the situation. And I think that's what you need to get in touch with, right? Maybe look for some community events, look for, you know, what is it, you know, a cause that you care about, right? I think I really started off with animal rights, but it might just be something completely different for you, right? Like that's just really what got the ball rolling here. But I think it really is about getting back into community, speaking with love in order to create this change, right? To turn the sun up, right? And I really think it's about, you know, as much as you need to hermit and soul search, and maybe it's about soul searching for your passion that you care about. You know, what cause are you really inspired by? What gets you going? What triggers those emotions, right? Like what makes you really want to speak out? And I think that's what you need to be soul searching for. But other than that, I think it really is about going out into community, going back out there. And I think that's what yeah, like this energy is asking you to focus on. So definitely think about that cause. What is the cause that you are passionate about? And bring that out there. Use your communication skills in order to spread that love. So I think that is what, you know, the moon wanted you to hear today. And that being said, I'm gonna pick a card from the Awakened Soul, see what messages are in here for you today. You know, what do you need to hear on top of this? I will be reading from the book, so See, what does pile number 2 need to hear today? What does pile number 2 need to hear today? Why am I not getting it? What are you resisting? The resistance. Join the resistance. What? I'm getting like a very big like activist. I think this is our activist pile. That's what this is. You're an activist and you've not been acting on it. That's really what I'm getting. Like you have a lot of like strength within you that you are not feeling like you're using to the greater good, and that is what you should be focusing on. Healing. I love this, right? Because what is that, advocacy and that activism if not for purposes of healing, right? So that's beautiful. Healing. Even though it may be hard at times, you need to feel and deal to heal. Those emotions are powerful and feel consuming, but they are the key to healing. Accept where you are and be gentle with yourself through the whole process. Take your time and seek out a helping hand or professional assistance if you need aid on the path to wholeness. Give yourself permission to feel the way you feel without needing to apologize or take on a feeling of being a burden to others. Feeling is divine. Healing happens on all levels. There is physical healing, emotional healing, and spiritual healing. These are often all connected and complementary. Healing can assist with holistic wellness. If this card has come to you in a reading today, you are being asked not to expend too much energy on other people or projects. If you are going through some healing, it is your right to have time, space, and energy for your process. This card is also connected to healing relationship situations in the past, which is powerful work when combined with the work of forgiveness and releasing. I am open to healing and heal every day. So, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely stood out to me. This card has come to you, like you're being asked not to expend too much energy on other people or projects. So what I'm gonna say is I stand by what I felt, right? I do still feel like the activism, the readiness to rise in you. But those words did stand out to me because maybe the reason that you are not feeling ready to do that is because you need to work on your own healing for a little bit before you can do this. I still feel the fire in you. I still feel like you are ready to speak out, but maybe this is not manifesting because maybe that's that Virgo energy, that soul searching, right? Like when you're thinking about yourself and what needs healing in you, maybe that's what's going to lead you to the cause that you care about, that you want to advocate for. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from that. Yeah, so take care of yourself so that you can take care of others and speak for others, right? And I'm really just getting this, like, just a lot of beautiful healing energy here. All right, so may this season spark that healing in you. Thank you, pile number 2. If anything resonated, please let me know. Please let me know what resonated. Please let me know what didn't. Did things make sense? I get caught up in the channeling, so sometimes I just let me know what worked, let me know what didn't. I really appreciate your energy. Leave a comment, like whatever feedback you have for me, I greatly appreciate it. So thank you so much, pile number 2, and positive vibes for your healing journey. Hello and welcome, pile number 3. So I will be shuffling as I'm talking to you a little bit at the beginning because I want to really connect with your energy. I'm hoping that you and I can, have some energetic exchange, and that you're, feeling this as much as I am feeling you. So I'm going to take some time to talk to you. I am feeling really chatty right now. Are you giddy? Are you happy? How are you doing? Pile number 3. All right, so we are going to start off with, what do you need to reconnect to? What do you, you know, what are some, you know, some passions, some things that, you know, need your attention? What part of yourself? Okay. Oh, this just wanted to, okay. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I am a little stuck. That just like popped out. It just really wanted to pop out, and I was like, okay, cool. But pile number 2 also had, well, they had the 6 of coins in the same position, and I think pile number 1 had it at its overall energy. So, you know, I think what's really happening is there's a lot of balancing that is being needed to happen in the overall energy. That's really what I'm getting. Let me pull out the rest of the cards and we'll go from there as far as, you know, what the messages they're actually trying to share with us. I just kind of sorry, it struck me. So yeah, let's keep going. All right, so balance, like this card does say family, give, receive. So you know, what's important to you? You know, it might be like your family. You might be needing to reconnect with your family. Let me pull the rest of the cards and we'll see where we are at. Okay, so what do you need to reconnect to? What have you forgotten about? And let's what do you need to do? Okay, I am not getting a card. I'm not trying to, you know, I don't want to confuse my terrible shuffling skills for your kind of maybe you're feeling stuck. I don't want to confuse that, right? Like maybe I'm just a terrible shuffler, but I am definitely feeling some apprehensiveness here. There's something that's got you feeling stuck, and I don't know what that is or what we can do about it, but well, let's find out. Okay, so I'm gonna do, what do you need to do? 7 of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, and your advice is the 5 of Pentacles reversed. That is beautiful energy. Okay, all right, and okay, and we have the 2 of Swords again as the overall energy. Okay. Let me I need to sit with this energy. Alright, Spirit, benevolent guides, benevolent spirits, please help me. Give pile number 3 the messages that they need. Mama Moon, what does pile number 3 need to hear right now? What is going to be for the highest good of all, the highest good of not only pile number 3, but the highest good of all. Alright. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to start with what I see, and then we'll just kind of go from there, what I'm getting. So I think the word family here just very much stands out to me. Right? I appreciate Cat Pierce's, who is a Virgo, I believe. Like the keywords in the deck, I think they can definitely convey different meanings at different. Anyway, the point is that the word family, I do see receive and give, right? I think that there's that balance, right? But the word family is just really, really standing out to me. So, what are you forgetting? I'm sensing you're forgetting, not forgetting, but like you need to get reacquainted with your family, and keep in mind that, this might be your, blood related, immediate family, but this can also be a reacquaintance with your soul family, your chosen family. Um, yes, the season asks us to do some soul searching, do some introspection, chill. It's not necessarily like a, woo, go out there and, party with your family or whatever. But, with the Six of Pentacles, right? Like that balance of between you and kind of getting rekindled with your family. Maybe you've been isolated, maybe you've been lost, maybe you need to, detach a little bit, right? I think it's really about that balance between you and your social groups, essentially. With the word family, like I said, right? Like maybe it is your immediate family. It's demanding a lot of you right now. Maybe you're doing a lot for your family. Maybe you've been avoiding them. Maybe you haven't gotten in touch with your soul family, your friends, your circle of people, right? But it's really about that balance between being in your own energy and being in, with others, amongst others. So I want to explore this, right? Because that need for balance is just screaming at me here. One, between these decisions over here, I'm honestly even getting that you might even have, family that you are just maybe not even feeling connected to, that you're thinking about, like, do I want these people in my life? Like, do I need these people in my life? And I think that's part of this this challenge of balancing, right? Kind of really getting reacquainted with yourself and thinking about, like, who are the people in my circle that I can give to. And what I'm getting here is, right, like with the choices, with the Seven of Cups, right, is you have a lot of, things out there, but this, like, you might have a lot of friends out there, a lot of choices out there, a lot of, people around you, but you need to, the words that are standing out to me here, like, okay, the words in this card, if you can see them, are choice, instinct, passion, and extremes, right? So with the Seven of Cups, we have to be careful with that energy, because yes, it can be like choices and options and you got all these things, but that is, for better or for worse. And what I'm seeing right here, it's that snake and choice. Those are the ones that are calling to me right now. And the energy that is coming through from that is that you need to be careful about the energy that you're surrounding yourself with, because as beautiful and wonderful as snakes can be symbolically, right, they do depict sneakiness, right, and kind of, are you feeling, maybe some like not so positive energy in your circles? So I think you're really being asked to balance that energy, right? With the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse, right? I also think of the Queen of Pentacles as a family person. And I think of the Queen of Pentacles as a very, like head of household kind of energy. and takes care of business, takes care of the family. So with this being in reversed, it's, you know, I think it goes back to that whole balance of looking out for yourself, right? So like this is still present, right? This is still, you know, the words here are, you know, loyal, charming, wise, loving. And that energy is still there, right? But with it being reversed, I think it's about, you know, yes, you can still be there for your loved ones. Yes, you're still there. You're still taking care of business, maybe like taking care of people. But with it being reversed, I think it's kind of a suggestion and an indication that it's okay to, you know, sit with yourself, right? In search of that balance. I go back to that need balance, right? Balancing yourself with your social circles. I think that's really the energy and what you need to get reacquainted with, and, you know, reassessing where you're at. Like, I mean, I think, you know, sometimes, yes, obviously there might be like growing pains and it might not feel the best, but what comes of that is just really just feeling so much better, right? Like when you release things that are not serving you, like I feel like a whole world of possibilities opens up, as far as like your energy feeling cleared, right? Like, oh, you know what, I don't have to deal with this person. Like you can have an understanding that, you know, someone might be broken, someone might need healing, someone might need support, and, you know, if you are exhausting your resources and trying to give and they're just not being receptive, right? Like that is no longer like your business. So why am I getting that? I think just with the Five of Pentacles energy here, right? And also with the reversedness of it. Is that a word? I don't think so, but it is now. You understood what I meant, right? Okay. So with the Five of Pentacles here, I think it's just, you know, that I think that's what I got from it. Okay, that, you know, if people are not being willing to kind of cooperate with you, it's okay to kind of let it go. Overall, you know, I know that the Five of Pentacles can often mean hardships and despair, and, you know, like, think people think of it like the breakup card and things like that, but, you know, we can't forget about all those resources and things that are behind us that we might not be looking at, and that we sometimes miss, right? Because we're so caught up in these choices and all these things that we are not paying attention to what is out there, right? So I think the moon this today is really encouraging you to, you know, be mindful, look at what's out there, look at what's behind you, what's in front of you, okay? Like in search of that balance. I think reflect on your circles, reflect on what you're giving your energy to. It's okay to take some time for yourself, and it's okay to spend some time with your family. Like you're really just balancing that energy, right? Don't isolate yourself and don't hold resentments, I'm getting, right? Like if you're gonna be resentful towards someone, release them, okay? Maybe that's like the Two of Swords here, that's what's happening. But, you know, it's okay, right? Like do both, and that's really hard, right? Like it's a lot easier said than done, okay? But you really need to, in regards to your family, in regards to your friends, in regards to your circles, I think that's what you're being asked to kind of think about right now, because those are all powerful energies in our lives. So think about, you know, are they helping you? Are they feeding you? Are they, you know, supporting energies? Or are they, you know, draining you, right? And it's okay. It's okay to sever ties. It's okay to let go of energies that aren't willing to work with ours. Like it's fine, right? Like, you know, you can only do so much, right? Especially just, you know, with this, you know, Six of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. I get that you're a very nurturing energy. I think, you know, you're always looking out for your friends is really what I'm getting. But if your friends are not, you know, receptive or wanting to look out for you, hey, you can only do so much, right? So like, don't blame yourself. Worry about, you know, doing what you can do, and to who you can give and who's being receptive for that. Like, I don't know why I'm getting the words, you can't save everybody. Somebody out there maybe needed to hear that, but yeah, yeah, balance, man. Family, look at your social circles, okay? And I know easier said than done, but you know, try to balance that, you know, isolation and that socialization, okay? Like, I know that's not very easy, okay, but something to keep in mind, I think, for this next moon cycle. All right, so I am going to take an oracle card from the Awakened Soul. Please help us, Spirit, benevolent guides, benevolent spirits, ancestors. What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? And the shift in energy is really interesting, and I'm really, you know, sorry, I'm just gonna speak to it because I think I started off kind of like, yeah, let's do this giddy, and now right, and I think it's just like very indicative of that need of balance, right? Of like, maybe you're really socializing and then you're like, oh no, I'm depleted, and you know, so I think it's just indicative of that need of balance. Like, I'm feeling that energy of like, I'm here, I'm there, and it's, you know, yeah, like need for balance, soul stirred, like, yeah, I'm hoping, you know, can we get some, how do we start achieving that balance? That's really what I think we need to hear. Can we please get some indicators for that? Thank you. Gratitude. Okay. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. I love this card. It's so beautiful. I love the feathers, the colorfulness. I am gonna say, I just really want to note, right, like, you have just so many diverse like colors, like how do I say this, like, like all the colors are here. I mean, you know, you know what I mean, like, and I know this deck has particular color schemes, right, but just kind of, you know, with the rainbow here and here, right, the multicoloredness, and even just, right, like, there's a balance between like the blues, yellows, there's like another rainbow here, right? So I think there's just a lot of balancing of chakras. Maybe you want to look into that work as well. So I don't know what that means for someone out there, but take it as it resonates. Okay, gratitude. This card is a reminder to appreciate everything that you have in life, from the large and obvious blessings to the smallest manifestations of abundance. It is a call to bring your energy into focus on what you have and not what society or others are telling you that you need. So yeah, maybe that's kind of what's happening here, right? Like, that need to balance yourself with what, you know, your family and people around you are saying. Gratitude is being open to the good things happening in your life. It's not denying that life sometimes gets tough, but remaining in a place of appreciation, right? And over here, right, like with this Five of Pentacles reversed, it's like, yep, things get tough, but don't forget to see what you do have behind you, or you do have around you, right? I think that's one of the things we forget about this energy sometimes, that when you're so down and out, like, there's always something, you know, whatever it is, and it's hard to see that sometimes. But I'm gonna reread that, sorry. It's not denying that life sometimes gets tough, but remaining in a place of appreciation for the good throughout these times. Being thankful for the challenges and opportunities to learn and grow is not always easy, but it is possible and beneficial. The law of gratitude is centered around the manifestation of the idea that the more you are grateful for in your life, the more you show gratitude, the more you will have to be grateful for. I read that terribly, I'm sorry. Even if it is only a few small things to begin with, energy grows where you spend your attention. Daily devotions of being grateful for each day, each meal, each loving person you come into contact with, and honoring all life as being a mirror and essentially love are acts of gratitude. I have a grateful heart. So yeah, and something I'm really hearing right now is that, even if there is someone that you just kind of feel that you have to cut ties with, and that can be really, really painful, to be grateful for whatever lessons, you may have gotten from that dynamic, and be grateful for what you learned, what you got from it, and just like that, it's really okay, right? Like, I know, that can be kind of hard, but, yeah, just start with gratitude. Start definitely reflecting on, what are you grateful for? Who are you grateful for? And it's okay, right, to have that. You need to balance yourself, and that's really the best way to, convey positivity out there, right? Because if we are not healed, if we are not balanced, we cannot put that energy out there. So, yeah, thank you, pile number 3, for letting me sit with your energy. Best wishes, positive vibes, like really good energy, like toward your endeavors. I know that this is very difficult work, right? But you got this. You're very, very strong, right? So thank you for letting me sit with you. If anything resonated, please let me know. It is helpful to hear, when something resonates or not. If whatever feedback you have, I will gladly accept it. Okay, so please feel free to leave a like or a comment, and share your thoughts. Thank you so much, and happy healing.